Essential adjective plus preposition structures for daily English. Afraid of. Synonyms: scared of, frightened of. Example: she is afraid of dogs. Example: he was scared of the dark when he was a child. Angry at / with. Synonyms: mad at, upset with. Example: she was angry at her friend for lying. Example: he was mad at his brother for taking his book. Good at. Synonyms: skilled at, talented in. Example: she is good at drawing. Example: he is skilled at fixing cars. Bad at. Synonyms: weak in, poor at. Example: I am bad at remembering names. Example: she is poor at maths. Interested in. Synonyms: curious about, keen on. Example: they are interested in learning French. Example: he is curious about space travel. Famous for. Synonyms: well known for, noted for. Example: the city is famous for its beaches. Example: that restaurant is well known for its spicy food. Different from. Synonyms: unlike, not the same as. Example: this painting is different from the one in the gallery. Example: her ideas are unlike his. Similar to. Synonyms: like, alike. Example: your bag is similar to mine. Example: their houses are alike in style. Proud of. Synonyms: pleased with, satisfied with. Example: he is proud of his son's success. Example: she is pleased with her team's work. Worried about. Synonyms: concerned about, anxious about. Example: I am worried about the test results. Example: she is anxious about her job interview. Excited about. Synonyms: thrilled about, happy about. Example: we are excited about our vacation. Example: the children are thrilled about the party. Sorry for. Synonyms: apologetic for, regretful for. Example: I am sorry for my mistake. Example: he felt regretful for his rude words. Kind to. Synonyms: gentle with, caring toward. Example: she is kind to animals. Example: he is gentle with his younger sister. Rude to. Synonyms: impolite to, disrespectful to. Example: he was rude to the waiter. Example: she was impolite to the teacher. Responsible for. Synonyms: in charge of, accountable for. Example: he is responsible for the budget. Example: she is in charge of the marketing team. Tired of. Synonyms: fed up with, bored with. Example: I am tired of waiting. Example: she is fed up with the noise. Accustomed to. Synonyms: used to, familiar with. Example: he is accustomed to waking up early. Example: she is used to the cold weather. Jealous of. Synonyms: envious of, resentful of. Example: he is jealous of his friend's success. Example: she felt envious of their happiness. Dependent on. Synonyms: reliant on, needing. Example: children are dependent on their parents. Example: the project is reliant on funding. Afraid of. Synonyms: fearful of, terrified of. Example: the cat is afraid of water. Example: she is terrified of heights. Famous for. Synonyms: celebrated for, recognized for. Example: the town is famous for its festival. Example: she is recognized for her charity work. Happy about. Synonyms: glad about, delighted with. Example: I am happy about the news. Example, he is delighted with his new car. Angry with. Synonyms, cross with, annoyed with. Example, she was angry with him for being late. Example, he was annoyed with the noisy neighbors. Sorry about. Synonyms, regretful about, upset about. Example, I am sorry about the accident. Example, she felt regretful about the argument. Capable of. Synonyms, able to, competent in. Example, she is capable of leading the team. Example, he is competent in managing tasks. Ashamed of. Synonyms, embarrassed about, guilty about. Example, he felt ashamed of his behavior. Example, she was embarrassed about the mistake. Fond of. Synonyms, like, keen on. Example, she is fond of music. Example, he is keen on cricket. Keen on. Synonyms, eager for, enthusiastic about. Example, she is keen on learning new languages. Example, he is enthusiastic about cycling. Polite to. Synonyms, courteous to, respectful to. Example, she was polite to the guests. Example, he is always respectful to elders. Cruel to. Synonyms, harsh to, unkind to. Example, he was cruel to the animals. Example, she was harsh to her classmates. Confident of. Synonyms, sure of, certain of. Example, he is confident of his skills. Example, she is certain of winning the prize. Full of. Synonyms, filled with, packed with. Example, the basket is full of apples. Example, the room was packed with people. Married to. Synonyms, wedded to, joined with. Example, she is married to a doctor. Example, he is wedded to his childhood sweetheart. Accused of. Synonyms, blamed for, charged with. Example, he was accused of stealing. Example, she was blamed for the mistake. Aware of. Synonyms, conscious of, mindful of. Example, I am aware of the rules. Example, she is conscious of the danger. Famous for. Synonyms, notable for, distinguished for. Example, the writer is famous for her novels. Example, he is notable for his art. Addicted to. Synonyms. Dependent on, hooked on. Example, he is addicted to coffee. Example, she is hooked on social media. Grateful for. Synonyms, thankful for, appreciative of. Example, I am grateful for your help. Example, she is appreciative of their kindness. Angry about. Synonyms, upset about, annoyed about. Example, he was angry about the delay. Example, she was annoyed about the noise. Polite with. Synonyms, courteous with, respectful with. Example, he is polite with customers. Example, she is courteous with strangers. Jealous about. Synonyms, envious about, resentful about. Example, he felt jealous about their success. Example, she was envious about his promotion. Friendly to. Synonyms, warm to, kind to. Example, the dog is friendly to children. Example, she is kind to strangers. Faithful to. Synonyms, loyal to, devoted to. Example, he is faithful to his friends. Example, she is loyal to her team. Bored with. Synonyms, tired of, fed up with. Example, she is bored with the routine. Example. he is tired of doing the same work. Opposed to. Synonyms: against, resistant to. Example: he is opposed to the plan. Example: she is against the new rule. Good for. Synonyms: beneficial to, helpful for. Example: vegetables are good for your health. Example: exercise is beneficial to the body. Bad for. Synonyms: harmful to, damaging to. Example: smoking is bad for you. Example: junk food is harmful to health. Angry about. Synonyms: upset about, annoyed about. Example: she was angry about the delay in service. Example: he felt upset about the situation. Angry with. Synonyms: irritated with, mad at. Example: she is angry with her brother. Example: he was mad at his friend for ignoring him. Annoyed at. Synonyms: irritated by, displeased with. Example: he was annoyed at the loud music. Example: she felt irritated by the interruption. Bored of. Synonyms: tired of, fed up with. Example: I am bored of eating the same food every day. Example: she is tired of the routine. Busy with. Synonyms: occupied with, engaged in. Example: she is busy with her assignments. Example: he was occupied with phone calls all morning. Capable of. Synonyms: able to, qualified for. Example: he is capable of solving this problem. Example: she is qualified for the position. Careful about. Synonyms: cautious about, alert to. Example: be careful about what you say. Example: she is cautious about spending money. Certain about. Synonyms: sure of, convinced of. Example: he is certain about his decision. Example: she is sure of her answer. Clever at. Synonyms: smart at, skilled in. Example: he is clever at solving puzzles. Example: she is skilled in negotiations. Connected with. Synonyms: linked to, related to. Example: his job is connected with international trade. Example: this issue is related to education. Content with. Synonyms: satisfied with, happy with. Example: she is content with her simple life. Example: he is satisfied with his performance. Crazy about. Synonyms: obsessed with, mad about. Example: she is crazy about music. Example: he is mad about cricket. Curious about. Synonyms: eager to know, interested in. Example: children are curious about everything. Example: I am eager to know the truth. Delighted with. Synonyms: pleased with, happy about. Example: she was delighted with the results. Example: he was pleased with the surprise gift. Disappointed with. Synonyms: dissatisfied with, let down by. Example: I was disappointed with the movie. Example: she was let down by her team. Divorced from. Synonyms: separated from, split from. Example: she is divorced from her first husband. Example: he separated from his wife last year. Dressed in. Synonyms: wearing, clothed in. Example: she was dressed in a red gown. Example: he was wearing a blue jacket. Eager for. Synonyms: excited about, enthusiastic for. Example: they are eager for the new project. Example: she is enthusiastic for the event. Eligible for. Synonyms: qualified for, entitled to. Example: he is eligible for the scholarship. Example, she is entitled to apply for the loan. Engaged in. Synonyms, involved in, occupied with. Example, he is engaged in several activities. Example, she is involved in charity work. Engaged to. Synonyms, promised to, betrothed to. Example, she is engaged to a doctor. Example, he is betrothed to his childhood friend. Enthusiastic about. Synonyms, excited about, thrilled with. Example, she is enthusiastic about learning Spanish. Example, he is thrilled with the new role. Familiar with. Synonyms, aware of, knowledgeable about. Example, I am familiar with this topic. Example, she is knowledgeable about the subject. Fed up with. Synonyms, tired of, sick of. Example, I am fed up with all the noise. Example, she is sick of waiting. Furnished with. Synonyms, equipped with, provided with. Example, the room is furnished with a sofa and table. Example, the lab is equipped with new tools. Generous to. Synonyms, kind to, giving to. Example, he is generous to his friends. Example, she is kind to strangers. Guilty of. Synonyms, responsible for, blamed for. Example, he was found guilty of theft. Example, she was blamed for breaking the vase. Honest with. Synonyms, truthful to, sincere with. Example, she was honest with her parents. Example, he was sincere with his answers. Hopeless at. Synonyms. Bad at, terrible at. Example, I am hopeless at maths. Example, she is terrible at remembering names. Innocent of. Synonyms, not guilty of, free from blame. Example, he was innocent of the crime. Example, she was found not guilty of the charges. Jealous of. Synonyms, envious of, resentful of. Example, he is jealous of his sister's achievements. Example, she is envious of their happiness. Known for. Synonyms, recognized for, noted for. Example, the town is known for its hospitality. Example, the actor is recognized for his powerful roles. Late for. Synonyms, delayed for, behind schedule for. Example, she was late for school. Example, he was delayed for the meeting. Married to. Synonyms, joined with, wedded to. Example, he is married to a French woman. Example, she is wedded to her career. Nervous about. Synonyms, anxious about, uneasy about. Example, I'm nervous about my speech. Example, she was uneasy about the test. Patient with. Synonyms, tolerant with, calm with. Example. Be patient with the children. Example, she is tolerant with slow learners. Polite to. Synonyms, respectful to, courteous to. Example, he was polite to the teacher. Example, she is always respectful to elders. Popular with. Synonyms, liked by, admired by. Example, he is popular with his classmates. Example, the show is liked by many viewers. Quick at. Synonyms, fast in, efficient in. Example, she is quick at solving problems. Example, he is efficient in his work. Ready for. Synonyms, prepared for, set for. Example, I am ready for the interview. Example, she is prepared for the journey. Related to. Synonyms, connected with, linked to. Example, this question is related to science. Example, he is related to the manager. Responsible to. Synonyms, answerable to, accountable to. Example, I am responsible to my supervisor. Example, he is accountable to the director. Satisfied with. Synonyms, content with, pleased with. Example, I am satisfied with my results. Example, she is pleased with the service. Scared of. Synonyms, frightened of, afraid of. Example, the boy is scared of snakes. Example, she is frightened of loud sounds. Shocked by. Synonyms, surprised by, stunned by. Example, I was shocked by the news. Example, she was stunned by his decision. Sick of. Synonyms, tired of, fed up with. Example, I'm sick of the traffic. Example, she is tired of the same routine. Sorry about. Synonyms, regretful about, sad about. Example, I am sorry about your loss. Example, she is regretful about the argument. Surprised at. Synonyms, amazed at, astonished at. Example, I was surprised at the result. Example, he was amazed at the performance. Terrified of. Synonyms, extremely scared of, horrified by. Example, he is terrified of heights. Example, she is horrified by the idea of surgery. Typical of. Synonyms, characteristic of, usual for. Example, it's typical of him to be late. Example, that behavior is characteristic of teenagers. Useful for. Synonyms, beneficial to, helpful for. Example, this book is useful for students. Example, that tip is helpful for beginners. Weak in. Synonyms, not strong in, lacking in. Example, I am weak in grammar. Example, she is not strong in mathematics. Worried about. Synonyms, anxious about, concerned about. Example, I am worried about my job interview. Example, he is anxious about his son's health. Wrong with. Synonyms, problematic in, faulty with. Example, something is wrong with this device. Example, there's a problem with the engine. Zealous about. Synonyms, passionate about, eager for. Example, he is zealous about promoting equality. Example, she is passionate about her beliefs.